The drama starts with the female lead, Asuka, who is a kind-hearted and sweet girl, and her dream is to become a school teacher.
This house is incredible.
After graduation, when a senior teacher goes on leave, she finally gets a chance to fulfill this dream. Now, in the class she goes to teach, there is a boy named Saga, who is a very handsome and good-looking boy whose focus is more on singing than on studies because music is his passion. When Asuka explains the meaning of her name in class, which is to make the withered bloom again, Saga really likes the meaning of her name and this teacher too.
I heard music.
During the break, when Asuka is checking all the classes, she finds Saga secretly practicing in the music class at night.
You got it.
Thanks.
She is shocked about what he is doing here so late at night.
And welcome.
But before she can ask him anything, Saga gets scared, jumps down from the terrace, and runs away. Asuka is shocked to see him do this. But Saga forgets his recorder there, which Asuka turns on and listens to his music, and his voice and lyrics touch her heart. On his way, Saga remembers that he left his recorder, which is dearer to him than his life. That's why he runs towards the school, thinking he will get a scolding from the teacher, but Asuka cheers him up, praises his singing, and requests that he play that song in front of her. Saga is very happy to hear this because for the first time, someone is encouraging him so much. Asuka says to him, "I am very happy about your dream and I want you to pursue your dream and work your hardest for it." Now, the story is fast-forwarded 4 years. Asuka is no longer a teacher. She runs a van restaurant with her sister. We see her sister's boyfriend proposing to her. After the wedding, Asuka didn't want to live with her sister and her husband, so she decides to move out. Her luck was good that she saw an ad. A maid was needed in a house where there was a rentry stay, free food, and a good salary. Asuka gets super excited seeing this and applies immediately. A few days later, Asuka is standing in front of the same house where she got the job. There she meets Ki, a manager of an entertainment company, who briefs her about the job. This house belongs to an emerging boy band, 7 handsome and cool pop stars who live there, and they had a contract with the company. Kenji explains that Oscar has to take care of the plants, laundry, food, and cleaning. Breakfast should be ready at 7 a.m. and dinner at 6:30 p.m. Asuka is shocked to see the condition of the boys' bedrooms. Ki warns her, there is one rule. You are not to fall in love with any band member or you will be fired from the job. Then we see that the leader of this band is Saga, but nowadays their band's popularity is not good. Another band with them named Shinai had become super famous while Saga's band Bloom was left behind. Because of this, Saga remains very stressed. Due to being the leader, Saga has the responsibility of all the group members. So, he mostly behaves rudely and strictly. Now after Asuka joins the job, when Saga comes home, he sees that there is a positive change in the house. Everything is tip-top and it's clean. Asuka is cooking in the kitchen. Both of them recognize each other. But just then, Asuka falls on top of Saga. Both are in shock. At that very moment, the rest of the band members also arrive and start getting the wrong idea, thinking that Saga has brought a girl home. Asuka clarifies, maybe the manager didn't tell you all, I am your new maid. Then she tells them about herself. Then Asuka feels very awkward when the band members take off their shirts in front of her. The behavior of all the other boys was fine, but Saga remains a bit rude and quiet. Asuka congratulates him that his dream has come true, but he scolds her and says, I don't remember who you are and I don't need any maid. Asuka doesn't understand the reason for his rude behavior. Then Saga goes to his room and keeps working on writing lyrics late into the night. The next day, when Asuka tries to talk to him, he ignores her. So Asuka tells him, I still remember your first song. When I heard it, I liked it a lot. But hearing this, Saga's mood worsens even more and he leaves without having breakfast. After all the band boys leave, Trinity, who is a manager from the music company, arrives there. He checks Asuka's work and then takes her to the office because today Asuka had made lunch for all the band boys. There, Asuka sees that the band is practicing and seeing their performance, she gets excited and starts clapping. But Saga tells her, don't do childish things. It looks immature. Because Saga feels that these people haven't done anything special. He was younger than Asuka, but he was more mature and sensible than her. Just then, the company's president comes and gives the band members bad news that their performance is not improving, so the contract will not be renewed after 6 months. Hearing this, everyone becomes sad. Asuka motivates the band, but Saga quiets her down. You are an outsider. Mind your own business. Later, we find out that there are some internal issues in the band. They were upset with Saga because their 8th member had left the band and they all thought the reason was Saga's strictness. Then Asuka goes to Saga and says, there are still 6 months, so if you guys work hard, everything will be fine. But Saga finds her words useless. He taunts her. You are motivating me. A teacher who left her own dream to become a maid. This statement hurts Asuka, but she remains silent. In a flashback, it is shown that Saga had become very attached to his teacher, Asuka. Then when he got his first contract, he went to tell Asuka first, but he finds out that she has left the school. Hearing this, Saga became very sad. In the present, Asuka tells him, you have talent. I heard your first song and I realized it then. The thing you have, no one else has. If you give up today, you will regret it for the rest of your life. These words touch Saga's heart and a smile appears on his face and he gets an idea. Then they all go to the president and ask for one last chance. So the president says, in 2 weeks there is Chan's live concert. You will get 5 minutes of stage time there. If you all manage to impress the audience, then we will think about renewing the contract. The band gets excited and starts practicing overtime. Asuka also gives them full support. Besides her household chores, she also goes out to get groceries. Then on the day of the concert, everyone goes to the venue. Asuka is surprised to see such a big hall. The Chie band was very famous. Before their performance, they come to wish the Bloom band the best of luck. Then finally the Bloom band's performance starts, which is very fantastic, and they win the hearts of the entire audience. When Asuka watches their performance, tears of joy come to her eyes. Their management is also shocked because they didn't expect the band to perform so well. Then Asuka is very happy for Saga. She tells Saga, I am sure something good will happen to you all. But Saga says, you talk like a child. Nothing will change so quickly. Today Saga was in a good mood. So he goes to the bathhouse with his band. There. Saga says with enthusiasm, you guys don't worry. In the next 6 months, I will write such songs that we will become one of the best bands in Japan. We see that the president is also there. She hears this and says, okay, today's performance by you all was very good. But it wasn't so good that I would renew your contract. But what Saga said, if that happens, I will think about renewing the contract. And if you become #1 on the streaming video in 6 months, then the contract will be renewed. Hearing this, everyone gets nervous because this is a very tough task. But Asuka cheers them up. Somehow a way will be found. A little while ago, Asuka had told Saga, my new dream now is to see you bloom again. If your band becomes successful, then I will also become successful. Her words touch Saga's heart. Then he puts his towel on Asuka's face and says, I promise I will try my best to achieve your dream. Saying this, he goes outside, but Asuka's heart starts beating faster. She stands there feeling happy. And outside there is a smile on Saga's face too. Then we see that Asuka has become very attached to those boys. She has even set Bloom's wallpaper on her mobile. She really likes moving in with them, especially with Saga's presence, which gave her a lot of positive energy. Saga was quite attractive. The next day when she was going to take out the trash, she remembers the moment when Saga put the towel on her face and delivered that line. While working, she starts smiling, thinking about this scene. And just then, Saga sees her and thinks, why is she so happy while picking up trash? Asuka goes to him and reminds him of that conversation again. Hearing this, Saga gets embarrassed, but nervously says, you are crazy. But the truth was that just as Oca was happy to have shifted to Saga's house, Saga was also happy about her arrival. In the next scene, when Saga is making breakfast himself, Asuka finds out that he doesn't like traditional food, but Western food, and he was also quite good at cooking. Asuka notes down his likes and dislikes. Then the boys remember the task given by the president to become the #1 streamer, which was very difficult. They get nervous thinking, will we be able to do it? That day Asuka goes to the office to sign the contract. The president is strict with the band, but she is nice to Oscar. In their conversation makes a bet with the president that the Bloom fans called Bloomings are decreasing. So Oscar says, I will gather many fans for you in 2 or 3 days. The president is happy with this, but after coming out, she thinks, I made a bet in the heat of the moment, but gathering thousands of people is difficult. Then Asuka comes back and the boys' photo shoot is going on. Saga was looking extremely handsome in different costumes, but as soon as he sees Asuka, he gets shy and hides. The boys reject the costumes. Then they are given a bad boy look, but that doesn't click either. Asuka suggests giving them a simple, casual look, and this idea becomes a hit. The Bloom boys are photographed in blue outfits with flowers, which looks perfect, but Saga is stressed. It was difficult to prove himself in 6 months. He announces that he will be even stricter now. He gives the boys a strict workout and diet plan and shares his phone number with Asuka for meal plans. The boys practice and run all day, and because of Saga, their life becomes tough. Saga also gets tired from making them practice, and no ideas come to his mind while writing lyrics. In terms of food, the boys get nothing but chicken and veggies. So one day Asuka secretly gives everyone brownies, but Saga gets angry seeing them cheating. So one band member argues with him. You are being too strict, and Saga goes outside in anger. Asuka goes after him to explain, but he says you shouldn't get involved in this. Oscar replies, it is my duty to make the band better. Saga says, you are a maid. Mind your own business. But Asuka says, this is a part of my duty. Then a band member shares his heart with Asuka. He tells her, the band members are not just bandmates. They are also my friends, but when the 8th member left because of Saga's strictness, everyone was shattered. Then we see some good news arrives. Asuka has arranged a 10-minute performance slot at a local festival. The boys agree to do it, and Saga, too. He tells, if you make some brownies, then cheating is allowed. For the festival, the boys practice a lot. Asuka works hard for their publicity. The day before, she goes to meet clubs and societies where she gets quite late. Saga starts to worry about her. He goes to find her. He sees that she is drunk at a society meeting promoting Bloom, where other people are also listening to her happily. Then Saga brings a drunk Oscar home on his piggyback. On the way, Asuka falls asleep on his shoulder. On the day of the festival, there is tension because Bloom's name is not on the posters. Instead, it says Mascot Show. Asuka apologizes to everyone for the misunderstanding. She gets busy with the festival preparations. Standing there dressed as a mascot herself in the market. As soon as people see the boys, they recognize them. Bloom's posters and accessories are visible. The shopkeepers give them love. The boys think Asuka is in the piggy dress, but later it is revealed that Saga himself is inside the mascot who had come to help Asuka. Then the boys perform a pop performance in animal costumes and it goes viral. In the next scene, Saga now shares his tension with Asuka that he is dragging the band down because he isn't able to write good songs. Asuka makes him understand, why do you take the burden alone? Depend on others. Just then the rest of the band members overhear and say, we are one band. We will rise or fall together. Each member takes a responsibility, choreography, management, discipline, diet, so that Saga can write lyrics stress-free. For the first time, Saga feels relief by sharing his problems. And then the band member who fought with Saga also makes up with him, making them a team. Now Asuka's happiness is tied to the band's happiness. Later, Saga privately says thank you and sorry to Asuka, which he had never done before. Their mascot performance goes viral on social media. People call Saga in the mascot dress handsome. Then the boys decide to do regular live streams. But then two tensions arise. First, Asuka's sister arrives, who was cheated on by her husband, and she is crying. At the same time, the company's strictest manager makes an entry who has replaced the old manager. She was previously Chan's manager and now she was made the manager of the Bloom Group. Everyone is shocked to know this. An awkward situation is created when the boys are confused whether to be happy or sad. Then their old manager Kinji arrives. He tells everyone that Kusaka has been promoted and she has been given the toughest task to handle Blooms. Now Kusaka, praising herself grandly, says, "I am the one who made Chani from zero to hero and now I will make you the next Chie." Then Asuka's sister starts crying. Asuka feels that Saga might have a problem with her sister's arrival. She listens to her sister's sad story, then says, "I will have to take permission from the boys for you to stay here." Then when she takes the dog for a walk, she finds out that Saga is afraid of dogs. Asuka asked him to go for a walk with the dog to befriend it. She's very excited because Bloom's luck was blooming. First, the mascot video went viral. The live streaming was going well, and now they had gotten the best manager, too. She requests Saga to let her sister stay there for a few days, and Saga agrees. The next day, the sister is shocked to see how much burden is on Asuka. The boys are just like kids, asking her for everything from toothpaste to towels. Kusaka also notices this. And the next morning, she comes and gives Asuka a piece of her mind, saying, "These are not school children that you take so much care of. They have become so dependent on you. It's not your fault, but you are definitely a part of it. Look at Chani. They do everything themselves. They don't have any maid." Saga secretly overhears all this. In the evening when the boys come back, Asuka finds out that there has been a change in them. Kusaka had taken them to meet the Chani group where they saw how independent Chani are doing their small tasks themselves. That's why the boys are now dividing the work among themselves. Asuka feels bad, but she says this is a good thing. This is the spirit we need. The next day, Asuka sees that the boys have made breakfast themselves and have also cleaned the lounge. After the boys leave, Trinity arrives, who is scared of Kausa and secretly says, "If the boys start managing themselves, then what will happen to your job?" But Asuka didn't care about the job. After a while, a group member calls Asuka outside. He asks her about the grocery work. He also tells her how they have divided the work, who will do laundry, who will do cleaning, and who will do cooking. Then Kusaka has them do a photo session in mascot costumes, which Saga refuses, asking, "How long will we hide our identity in mascots?" But Kusaka says you will have to follow orders. Then the boys have an interview and their viewership increases by 50%. Kusaka asked them to make 5 videos in 5 days and tells them the songs and choreography. Saga has an issue. He says, "I will not sing songs written by someone else." But Kusaka forces him to agree. She says focus on quantity. A few days later, Kusaka sees that the boys have become independent. The house is clean and Asuka doesn't have to do much work anymore. She informs them tomorrow there is a big channel's morning show which will be shot at your house. The boys are happy but also nervous, saying we will have to show the whole house. Kusaka says of course, any problem. She tells them reveal your signature moves and unique qualities. Asuka's sister says I am packing. If needed you can also come with me. We will start the old work and now your job here will also be gone. Then Asuka takes the dog for a last walk. Saga also comes with her. He says to her, "You're giving up on your dream again." Asuka smiles. So Saga says, "Don't hide everything behind a smile like an idiot. Your job could be gone. Doesn't it matter to you? And what about the dream of seeing blooms bloom? What about our support?" But before she can answer, Oscar gets an emergency call. Meanwhile, at home, we see a complete mess. The boys haven't cleaned. They have hidden the dirt in the corners of the bedrooms, the washing machine, dishwasher, everything is broken. While clearing the bedroom for the interview, they have brought all the stuff into the living area. Kusaka sees this and says, "You can never become Chani." Asuka gets angry. She says, "They will not become Chani. They are blooms. Don't force them to become Chani because they are blooms. Just try to make them give their best." Saga finds this way of Asuka special. Asuka says, "Every person is different. They need support, so I will give it. They just need to polish their talent. Asuka tells the boys to prepare for the interview. Asuka and her sister were enough to clean the mess, but Kinji sends his friend to help, and the house becomes perfectly clean. For the interview, Saga tells the boys, don't take Chie's name. We are Bloom, the best at what we do. They do their homework. Who will say what? How to use humor. The next day, the host, Lisa, arrives, who is secretly a fan of Bloom. The interview is going well when suddenly there is a noise from outside. Oscar's brother-in-law has come to persuade his wife. He says, sorry, but then says you are older. I won't find anyone else. Just manage. Oscar gets angry and gives him a piece of her mind. The brother-in-law says, whenever you were in trouble, I stood by you. Mistakes happen. Please forgive me. Then all 7 boys come to support Asuka. Saga steps forward and says, we're busy. It's better if you leave. Kusaka sees all this and she starts to like Bloom. Kinji says, there's still time for the interview. Why not show their dance and performance? Everyone likes this idea. During the live stream, Kusaka remains quiet. Then she apologizes in front of everyone, saying, I made a mistake. Asuka is right. Maybe I become too strict. Everyone is different. I will change my method. I will think about how to make you grow up in private. She says to Oscar, when I was new, I had a hard time. I learned from you that just being strict is not enough. One should also smile. The sister's time to leave comes, but Oscar doesn't go with her. The next day at breakfast, the boys say, we won't do all the work ourselves, but we will help you a little. We will put away the dishes. We won't scatter things, and we will help with the laundry, too. Then Saga stays out all day and comes back late at night. Asuka comes to him and Saga says, if this arrow hits the target, will you date me? But when he throws, the aim misses slightly. Seeing this, Saga says, all right, forget it, and starts to leave. Then all the boys surround him because they had secretly heard and seen everything. They say, no, your aim didn't miss. It was very close. Everyone takes him home and starts bombarding him with questions. Since when do you like Asuka? Saga gives only one answer. It's nothing like that. I don't like her. You have a misunderstanding. Then he tells the whole story explaining that he had written a song and went to the president to have her listen. She liked the song, but she said there is nothing special in this that can make it #1. She advised him to write a love song. Saga had never thought about romance, so he wanted to go to dating places for research. That's why there was only one girl in his mind, Asuka. He only wanted to take her on a date for research. Asuka is shocked to hear this. In private, a member asks Saga, tell the truth. Don't you have feelings for Asuka in your heart? Saga denies it. Neither do I like her nor do I hate her. I am neutral. I only asked for the date for love inspiration. At night, all the boys gather in the bedroom telling their own love stories to give Saga an idea for writing a love song. But these are not love stories but sad stories of heartbreak. So Saga thinks sitting here is useless. I won't get any idea for love from this. He goes to the rooftop and starts thinking of lyrics. Asuka sees him disappointed. So she follows him to the rooftop and says, if my bottle goes into the basket, will you go on a date with me? Saga is shocked. The bottle goes into the basket, but Saga gives no response, just says, I am free this Friday, and leaves. When the boys go to the office for practice, Asuka brings them lunch. Making lunch was not her duty, but she did it anyway. She tells Saga that she took advice from some people, and the zoo is best for a date. It's also budget-friendly for couples. Just then, Asuka's sister arrives there, whom Kusaka had called. She delivers food for Cheney and has brought some for them, too. Kusaka tells Asuka, you haven't taken a single day off since you started working. If you feel like it, take a day off. Saga secretly researches the details of the date, like what to do there. Finally, the day of the date arrives. Saga was looking handsome, but things go wrong when the rest of the group's boys also arrive at the zoo to spend their day off. They think, this is a date for research, so let's go, too. They hadn't had an outing for a long time either. Saga's mood sour. He can't feel any romance or love at all. Asuka notices that Saga is in a bad mood. So she tells the boys, whoever is interested in whatever, go there. She says, I am also a teacher. Everyone is shocked. She says, didn't Saga tell you? I was his school teacher. Saga gets embarrassed and says, I don't remember if you were a teacher or not. The boys go here and there, but one member is still stuck to them. Seeing him, Saga's mood gets worse, so he goes to get a drink. That member says to Asuka, are you the same teacher who encouraged Saga in the music class? Asuka is shocked. He explains that she was special to him. Her words were in Saga's recorder, and whenever he was down, he would listen to them. Asuka had influenced Saga's life a lot. When Saga comes back, he overhears all this. He feels bad that his secret has reached Asuka. He tells Asuka, you have changed a lot. You were different in school, but now as a maid, you are completely different. Asuka is disappointed to hear this, but Saga means that she has changed in a positive way. But before he can explain, one of their friends gets lost and everyone goes to find him. Meanwhile, the CHNY group posts about Asuka's sister's food on social media, which increases her orders. She goes to set up a stall at a festival and asks for help. So, Asuka takes a 3 to 4 day leave and goes with her. Saga misses her a lot. The house feels empty. There is no one to wish him good morning and no one to make breakfast, but he doesn't share his feelings. The other boys say to each other, we miss Asuka and her breakfast. At the agency, Kusaka says, I will take you all out for a lunch treat. But Saga is not in the mood, so he makes an excuse and leaves. Coming home, he gets the kitchen cabinet window fixed, which Asuka had trouble opening. This was his silent care. So, his friend sees this and tells him, you miss Asuka, too. That's why you fix the window. Why don't you express your feelings? This clicks with Saga. He runs to the festival where Asuka's stall was. Asuka is shocked to see him. Saga speaks from his heart. You misunderstood that day. I said, you have changed, but in a good way. You have become even better than before. In the beginning, I was scared of you. You had such high hopes for me to become an idol, but I became a zero. For me, you were special yesterday and you are special today. He asks for a hug as a thank you. Asuka approaches hesitantly, but when she hugs him, Saga hugs her tightly and runs away. After reaching home, Saga feels that he has found inspiration. He writes a love song all night. The song is ready in the morning and he also hears Asuka's good morning voice. Everyone is happy. Asuka thanks Saga for fixing the window. In the evening, while working on the rooftop, Saga comes. Asuka starts to leave thinking he will practice, but Saga calls her and says, I have written the song and you are the first person I want to sing this love song to. The song is awesome and the president and the boys also like it. They record it with the hope that the ranking will improve. A member asks Saga, do you like Oscar? Saga says, I just know that she is special to me and now I am not neutral. Finally, the day of the band ranking result comes. Everyone's heart is beating fast. Then it is revealed that their song is at number 87. The ranking was quite low. All the boys become sad thinking that there is little time left. How will they go so high? How will they become number 1? But if anyone was optimistic, it was Asuka. She says, there is still time. We will try. We will not give up. Kusaka also had the same thought. She says, I will go to any extent to make these boys number 1. Asuka knew that the boys would be sad, so she brings them a tasty lunch to cheer them up. Then Saga stands up and says, there is still time. We will not give up. All the boys get together and start thinking of ideas to bring the ranking up. They decide to fight until the last ball for the contract renewal. A member of the group goes with Saga to get drinks with lunch. He asks about the issue. What did you say last time that Asuka is special to you? Have you started liking her? Saga says, I didn't say that. I just said that I am not neutral anymore. He remembers when Asuka came back, he had talked about the hug. He had said that the hug was lovely and cute. Saga gets embarrassed. He still blushes thinking about it, but he tells his friend, there's no need to be so happy. I haven't made any progress. In the next scene, Saga was sitting worried at home. Just then, a member bumps into him and his diary falls. Saga sees that he has noted down everyone's positive points in the diary to know their strengths. But under his own name, he had not written any quality. When asked, he says, you all have qualities. Maybe I have none. I am not good at anything. He considered himself less than the other members, so he didn't see his own strengths. Then Asuka comes with big news. They are getting their first live concert in which they will sing 2 songs. The love song Melody and the first song Come Again. The boys feel like they have been given a new life. This was a big opportunity. If the concert was a hit, they could reach number 1. Everyone is happy and starts making strategies, choreography, how to perform. Asuka gives an idea of a pair dance with the song performance which everyone likes. There was little time for the concert, so the boys put in their full effort, bring in new steps, and the rehearsals are fantastic. At the same time, they remain active on live streaming and social media to increase their popularity. In a live stream, a comment comes that Saga likes a girl. Asuka comes to Saga's mind, but he remains silent. They check the rankings. An improvement is visible. They reach number 60. 2 days before the concert, a member injures his leg due to overwork, but he was hiding it. Then the boys are advised to rest before the concert to stay fresh. They go to the bathhouse and Saga is also with them. While going home, that member's pain increases. Asuka is the first to find out. She gets worried and says, how will you perform with this leg? He doesn't tell anyone because of this fear as he doesn't want to disappoint anyone. The rest of the boys arrive and take him to the hospital. The doctor advises 2 weeks of rest, but the concert was tomorrow. He becomes sad because he can't perform. So all his friends come to him and say, we are a band, a team. You will also be on stage. They say, if you can't stand, we can sit. We will perform together. The boys go home and make changes to the choreography, converting it to a sitting position. The evening of the concert arrives. Many people have come, including Lisa, who was a celebrity, who has come secretly to watch. The boys find out that the performance will be broadcast live and the president will also be watching. Their future depends on this performance. They enter the stage. Everyone sits on chairs and they explain that there has been an accident with one of their members. So the choreography has been changed. The performance begins and the performance on both songs is fantastic. Saga smiles looking at Asuka. Then the other boys give that member his diary back in which his qualities are written on 2 whole pages. Seeing this he becomes happy. The next day the ranking is updated. Asuka is scared. The list climbs up and Melody is at number 3. She becomes sad seeing this. Saga's call comes. She says it's okay. Life doesn't end here. We will try again. But Saga says, did you see the ranking correctly? After looking again, Asuka finds out that Melody was at number 3, but Come Again was at number 1. They were at the top of the streaming charts. Their goal was achieved. Saga says, I want to see you right now, and runs towards the house. Asuka gets ready and stands at the gate. Both come face to face. Saga moves forward, but before he can, one of Saga's fangirls comes and hugs him to congratulate him. Seeing this, Asuka gets very disappointed and goes inside. Saga wanted to go after her, but before leaving he makes it clear to his fan, look, I like you but not in that sense, so please don't have any hopes now. He runs straight to Asuka and tries to explain all this to her. He says, please don't have any misunderstanding in your heart. I have no feelings for her and you don't need to pretend to be normal. Leave all the work and look at me. He was about to express all his feelings to her, but just then all the Other boys arrive and say we are home everyone. Thanks Asuka because she had a very big hand in encouraging them. Now Bloom was about to start. So they were being called for many interviews and shows. They also got so many concerts because they had become the #1 band in streaming. Now they would have to move out of their house for a while. While leaving, Saga tells Asuka, the conversation that was left between us. When I come back free, wait for me. Then they show us that 3 months have passed like this. Bloom has become a very big celebrity in Japan. Sometimes they were doing photos, sometimes giving interviews to magazines, sometimes they were brand ambassadors. Their contract gets renewed and Asuka says, this is a beginning, not an ending. From here, a new chapter of Bloom's progress will start. During a TV interview, it slips out of one of their members' mouth. Our 8th member, I wish he was still with us today, but all the other members quiet him down. Here, we also find out that for 3 months, the busiest person was Saga, who was writing new songs. Asuka's time was mostly free because the boys hardly ever came back to the hostel. She often spent time with her sister. In their conversation, her sister says, did your relationship with Saga move forward? Asuka is surprised, then finds out that her sister had seen them hugging. She says, that was a very cute hug. But Asuka says, this is a very critical time for Bloom, especially for Saga. I don't want to distract him. Besides, what is my status? He is such a big celebrity and I am just a maid. When she comes back home, she sees that a ruined cake was on the ground outside her house. After a while, some boys come back home. The rest are late. Then OCA finds out that the boys' next performance is at Saga's school where they will do a concert. Asuka had also studied in that same school. They invite her to come there for sure. But Asuka didn't have good memories of that school. After this, a member says, I messaged our 8th member and he replied, I will definitely come to see the performance at school. But another member comes from upstairs. He didn't like this at all. He says, he has no relation with us. He left us. Why do you call him? On this matter, both the boys get into a fight. Oscar looks in the fridge for dinner. There is nothing. So she runs outside to get groceries. It was raining outside and to save her, Saga arrives. He brings an umbrella. Asuka is very shy trying to get out from under his umbrella again and again, but he pulls her inside. When he tells her, Oscar also remembers that she was their teacher. She says, you guys will have a performance at school. I won't be able to come see it. Saga says, for your sake, we will live stream it. You must watch. In the meantime, some girls start following Saga. But he hides Asuka with him under the umbrella so that no one sees them. But Oscar doesn't feel right about this. She feels that if people find out that a maid is getting so close, they will criticize her on social media. When they reach home, they find out that there has been a lot of vandalism. Some people have also thrown stones. In this situation, Kusaka immediately arrives. She took care of their security. She tells everyone, pack up until the police resolve this issue. You guys will stay in a hotel. Kusaka tells Asuka, go to your sister's place for a while. You will keep getting your salary. But Asuka says it's my responsibility to take care of this place. I will stay here. Going to the hotel, Saga was very worried about Asuka. He says I don't know what situation arises. Whenever I want to talk to her seriously, someone or the other comes from above or I just can't gather the courage to talk to Oscar. Meanwhile, it is found out that 2 members got into a fight. One was focusing more on his studies. He wanted to get a certificate. The other felt that he was not giving his 100% to the band because he thought Bloom had no future. So he was also making a side plan. But Saga controls the whole situation and calms everyone down saying focus on tomorrow's performance. The next day the school's management comes to meet the band along with 2 teachers. One teacher was a history teacher who had been Saga's teacher. He is very happy to see him so successful. The rest of the people ask about Saga, how he was in school. So he tells them that he was different before. But then a teacher named Asuka came, and after meeting her, he changed completely. Everyone finds out that this is the same Oscar who is now their maid. The history teacher is surprised to hear this and says, "Please let me meet her once." Over there, Oscar had caught the same criminal who had come to attack the house again. He was none other than their 8th member. Since he left the band members used to contact him, which he disliked, feeling that they still wanted to tease him. He used to say, "Now I am unemployed and they have become celebrities." He was doing all this in anger. Meanwhile, all the people arrive there and start scolding him. He says, "Go ahead, call the police," but at the same time clarifies, "I didn't leave because of Saga. I felt that this band was a failure. I used to tell Saga to leave Bloom and find some other job." Along with them, the history teacher is also there. He apologizes to Asuka and they talk a little and he leaves, but it seemed that Oscar was quite special to him. In the evening, the 7 boys sit together. A member apologizes to everyone, saying that I shouldn't have contacted him. I made a mistake. Everyone felt how great Saga is. He always takes the blame on himself but never tells the truth. Everyone felt that if the band is standing today, it is because of Saga, because he kept everyone united and also put in the most effort. After this, Saga comes to Asuka and says, "If I ever made you feel uncomfortable, I'm sorry for that. I was very rude before. I apologize for that too." Asuka remains completely normal in front of him, but the truth was that whatever Saga said, every word touched her heart. After this, the 7 boys go to the school for the performance. When Oscar meets the 8th member, she tells him, "I can understand your feelings. When a person loses, they feel very bad." She teaches him a lesson and says, "If tomorrow you feel that you have done wrong to someone or let negativity overpower you, then you will be the one to regret it. If you want peace of mind, there is still time. Make peace with them. They are all your friends." He asks, "Why are you telling me all this?" Asuka says, "Because I have also gone through depression. I understand very well what the feeling of running away from somewhere is over there." Bloom's performance had started at the school. At this very moment, Oscar and that member were also running towards the school. Asuka is left behind, but that member runs faster than her. There, Kenji sees him and gives him his full support, saying that you should have been on stage with the band, but today he was just a part of the crowd, a common person. He keeps remembering the time when those boys were together, but now his fate was different. Still, he remains positive, saying, "These people have become successful." Later, he meets everyone and apologizes. Here the member who was preparing for the certificate also admits, "I also felt insecure just like you did. That's why I was making a side plan, but I have realized my mistake. Now I will not make any plan and will give 100% to the band." All the boys make peace. They meet and are very happy. Meanwhile, the 8th member tells them that Asuka is left somewhere on the way. Saga understands that her memories of depression are connected to the school. He immediately runs to help her. He sees that Asuka is sitting scared and crying in one place. Saga comes and holds her hand. He wants to comfort her, but just then the history teacher arrives and tells Saga, "Before people see you here, a crowd will gather. It will become a scene. You go inside. I will handle Asuka." The rest of Bloom are standing and giving autographs to their fans, taking photos. After a while, it's time for them to pack up from there. So, a member asks, "Why do I feel that Asuka is very special to the history teacher? Is there a love story?" Hearing this, Saga gets jealous. Actually, the history teacher was very sweet. And when he used to work with Asuka, he had seen since then that this girl is very kind. He felt that something bad must have happened to her. Today, he goes to drop her home. At night, when the boys come back home, Asuka is already standing there to cheer them up. She gives them a very nice welcome. She had also made a small cake as a surprise because their new song, which they had sung in this concert, was trending at #1 on streaming. Saga is very worried about her, so he helps her with the dishes at night and a little hesitantly thanks her. "Because of you, we have become friends with the 8th member again." Asuka also thanks him. Today I became a trouble for you, but you came to help me, so thank you very, very much. She pretends as if she got emotional from exhaustion while running in the race, but Saga understands that it was due to stress, but Asuka didn't want to show her weakness. Later, when Saga goes to the other boys, it turns out that they have planned a surprise party for Asuka. They will decorate the house, cook food, give gifts, and thank her because she has worked a lot on their mental health. On the other hand, the president was also happy with Bloom because their new song was a hit and had been ranking #1 for weeks. But the president says, what was the need for Oscar to become so friendly? Asuka covers it up. It's a maid's duty to take care of the boys' mental health. But going outside, the president tells Kika, Asuka is having too much of an effect, especially on Saga. Kausa meets Asuka in private and says, you are getting too involved with Saga now. It is your responsibility to be careful. Stay professionally attached only, especially keep your distance from Saga. At night, the boys have a meeting, planning the surprise. Saga is also consulted, but he doesn't understand anything. The next day, Saga comes face to face with Oscar's sister, who had brought food. The sister finds out that Asuka had fallen ill because of going to school. It was a mental health issue. At that very moment, the school's principal and history teacher are talking to the boys because they had to shoot a motivational video for the students. When they ask about Asuka, the principal speaks ill of her. The sister says, she was not bad. You ruined her life. The boys then ask the history teacher for the full story. A group member goes to Asuka's sister. And here's the whole story. Asuka was a good teacher. She took care of the students. When a student wanted to study overseas, Asuka helped her find a university, but her mother comes and insults Asuka, saying, you are leading her down the wrong path. Besides this, the other teachers used to give her more work because she was the most junior. Her nature was to help everyone. She couldn't refuse anyone, but others took advantage of this. Then when a task was not completed, they would mentally torture her. She had so much burden that once, due to a student's missed quiz and previously the overseas student's mom, her negative popularity had spread a lot. In class, everyone used to speak ill of her, saying, you have wasted our hard work. She was very hard-working and had supported everyone. But in return, she only got hatred. The history teacher was the only one who understood her situation. She took all this so much to her mind that one day Asuka comes to school, and after going back from there she never comes again. Her sister explains that she had to take depression medicines for a year and she left teaching and started the restaurant with me. The boys feel sympathy for Asuka, but Saga says no one will tell her this. She will feel down with sympathy. Then the boys, under some pretext, get Asuka out of the house, decorate it, give her a surprise. Everyone gives gifts except for Saga, who can't figure out what gift to give Asuka until the end. Seeing all this, Oscar feels special and says, you are trying to hide it from me, but my sister has told me everything. You all found out about my school incident, but whatever happened happened for the good. If I had remained a teacher, how would I have become all of your maid? She is very happy with this job, so she explains, my name means to make the withered bloom again. Saga still remembered this today. She explains that yesterday she was watching their live stream in which Saga had given her credit for the song. It was a motivational song and she got motivation from that same school teacher. He had said without taking Oscar's name that if I am an idol today, it is because of that teacher. These words had made her emotional, that's why she ran to the school. But due to depression, she couldn't gather the courage to go inside. She says, I am very stupid. But Saga says, don't call yourself stupid. You are awesome. In fact, you are the best. From now on, don't put in more effort than you have the strength for. As he says this, he gets emotional. All the boys show her support, saying how good and special she is. Today was a very special day for Asuka. In the evening, she is standing on the terrace having a drink when Saga comes and says, sorry, I didn't bring a gift. I thought about a gift and about you for a long time. Then bringing her close, he says, I like you, Oscar. He draws an A+ on her hand and says, from my side, you get an A+. From now on, you will never stress yourself out. Promise me this because you are very special to me. A group member sees them together like this. Then we are shown that Bloom's new song is released, which is as fantastic as the previous songs and is at the top of the rankings. They are performing that same song on a show, and not just their singing but their performance was also winning the hearts of the audience. They were becoming more popular day by day, and Asuka really enjoys their popularity. She is also watching this TV show on her TV. Blooms were very happy these days. They had achieved all their dreams. They say if we are trending today it is only because of the Bloomies. We love our fans. The interesting thing was that their song was trending at number 1 while Chan's song Youth's Birthday was at number 4. But one member was looking a bit upset. In a flashback, it is shown that he had seen Asuka and Saga on the rooftop yesterday when Saga was giving her an A+. There, Asuka and Saga decide that no matter how busy their schedule is, they will definitely meet each other on the weekend and motivate each other. Both look happy, but that member becomes sad. Later, the history teacher had called Asuka to meet at a place. They were meeting after a long time. So the teacher says, I have left the job at that school. I didn't feel like working with the strictness there. He also says whenever you mention the 7 boys of the band, your eyes shine just like they used to when you talked about your students. He further explains that I have started teaching in a freestyle school which is different from usual schools. Asuka is surprised. She didn't know that such schools also exist. So the teacher asks her to check it out once, and she really likes this idea. In the evening, the scene at the house is shown. All the boys are busy. Today one member was sitting and crying because today there was a quiz-type show in which another member had defeated him. All the others are cheering him up. 2 boys had gone to a dance competition and had performed well there. Overall, everyone's situation was good. Meanwhile, the president and Asuka arrive and say there is a demand for a live concert from the Bloomies which we should do. Then it is revealed that their Japan tour is about to start, beginning from the biggest venue in Tokyo. Blooms are very happy to hear this. Their dream was about to come true. The president tells Oscar, remember, you challenged me to gather 1,000 bloomers. Now there are not thousands, but many thousands. But I'm happy with your work. You have proved to be a good maid. Asuka is happy to hear her praise. Then another week passes. Saga and Asuka meet on the rooftop where they give each other an A+, motivate each other, and spend time. They were busy all the time, but today Asuka tells Saga how her week was, what new things she saw. She was as excited about Bloom's success as she used to be about her students' success. A band member also studies on the side. So Asuka motivates him. Asuka asks, what do you enjoy the most? He says, I was fond of making videos. Wanted to become a director. I also enjoy studies. Asuka says, do what you enjoy. Why don't you try courses for it? Asuka is happy talking to him. Just then, Saga arrives, who gets jealous seeing Asuka talking with the group member Neru. Neru says, you obviously look jealous. Saga is shocked. Neru says, I saw you 2 on the roof. I don't have a problem, but if someone else saw this jealousy, there would be drama. No one will accept that you have an affair with a maid. Later, Saga had noticed that Neru was worried. He saw on his phone that he was searching for video editing and direction. The next day at the office, the boys are planning the new concert. Saga goes to Neru and says, I think you can become a director. Neru is happy and says he will give his best. The work begins. Neru has to do extra work, but it was what he liked, so he was happy. The video for the new song was supposed to be mature. It was a love song. Neru decides that the shooting will be on the beach. Time was passing. Saga thinks our luck is so good. Before we didn't know our future, now we are successful. He says, I am scared. How is everything so perfect? I hope nothing bad happens. Asuka gives him courage and an A+. When Saga is about to give an A+, another member, Yuki, sees them and falls down. He gets up and says, I will announce it to everyone. He gathers all the blooms, makes a noise. Everyone demands an explanation from Saga. Neru says, "You got caught by the worst member. He is a loudspeaker." Saga says, "I like Asuka, but nothing more than that. We just encourage each other. We are not dating, nor are we a couple." Yuki asks, "Mean, no kiss, no dating?" The other members are impressed. They say, "Your love is so pure without lust. We like you and Asuka, too, so we are happy for both of you." They give their blessings and promise to keep it a secret. The day of the music video shoot arrives, but not Kenji. Asuka comes as the driver. She explains, Kenji has a fracture in his leg. He will rest for 2 weeks. "I am your driver." She drives so badly that the boys think a 1-hour journey will take 5 hours with no guarantee of safety. The shoot begins on the beach. Neru is the director. He is hard to please. Sometimes he finds fault with the expressions. Sometimes he objects to the smile. I need mature and sexy. During the lunch break, Asuka gives them food. The boys talk, where will we be in 10 years? They also ask, but hearing this, her mood turns off. The shooting resumes. Neru gets a good idea and runs off. The last scene is shot. Neru gives his best. On the way back, Asuka packs the things. Saga comes, gives yesterday's A+ and says, "Don't worry about the future. If you are good, the future will be good." The others come to call them. The van is ready. Neru's directed video is a huge success. Once Asuka is mentioned, Kusaka asks, "Last time you said something meaningful. What is it today?" The president says, "She's a good maid, but everything has an expiry time." That same day, Asuka makes Neru's favorite lunch. Neru leaves the house and stands outside worried. Then it is shown that trouble has come upon Bloom. On social media, everyone is speaking ill of them. Fans are hating them, especially Saga. The reason was that on the beach, Saga had held Asuka's hand, and that photo went viral. Who took the photo is not known, but Bloom suffers damage. Everyone's heart is broken. They ask Saga. He says, "I will not lie. I like Asuka, but we are not dating." Kawasaka says, "I will believe you, but the world won't. No one will believe in your purity now. You won't stay here. Leave this house." But Asuka has already packed her things and left. There was a media rush outside Bloom's office. Everyone wanted to see Saga. Wanted to ask questions. Coming home, Saga was waiting for Asuka, but she wasn't there. He fights with Neru. "Why didn't you stop her?" Neru says, "I was the one who told her to leave. I told you before to be careful, but you didn't listen. I will do what is necessary for Bloom." Saga calls Asuka again and again, but she doesn't pick up. Then Asuka meets the president in the office wanting to terminate the contract. The president apologizes and then takes her to the venue where Bloom's first concert was supposed to happen. Asuka is shocked to see such a big venue. The president says, "If you want Bloom to progress, then your departure is necessary." The suggestion was for Saga to apologize in front of the media, but Saga is adamant. "Why should I apologize? I haven't done anything wrong. Don't I even have the right to my own small happiness?" The president overhears and says, "Fine, if you don't want to, then stay aside. Bloom is now 6 people until your mind is straight." The other members tell Saga, "We are incomplete without you." It's a critical moment. Apologize, but Neru says, "Leave him. We don't need him." Only 6 Bloom members are shown on the TV show. Saga just watches on TV. Days pass. 3 months later, every sound makes Saga think Asuka has come, but she doesn't come, nor does she contact him. Trinity tells him, "You are in negative emotions. Stay away from social media, otherwise you will blame yourself." Kosaka briefs the 6 members. The fan following was increasing again. With hard work, they were going back to the top. Some members wanted Saga to come back, but Neru says he was stubborn. He has no right to come back. The tension was that Bloom didn't have a new song because Saga was the one who wrote songs. Saga finds out that someone else's songs will be sung and he is hurt. In the market, he sees a poster for a festival where Bloom was to perform a mascot show. He goes home and shows it to Neru. You should perform in this show. This is where our progress started. The boys say, we like your songs. Please bring a new spark. But Saga says, when I didn't do anything wrong, why apologize? Bloom goes to attend the festival, not expecting them to come. Saga is about to leave from the side, but the boys stop him and say, let's perform from the heart today. There are no restrictions here. Kusaka had also given permission on her day off. The mascot show starts. Saga is hesitant, but no one points it out. He performs with everyone and feels happy. Saga remembers Asuka everywhere. He meets Oscar's sister who tells him that Asuka has started teaching in a freestyle school where she is both a maid and a teacher searching for a new dream. Saga is shocked. The sister says she left a message in the recorder. She gave it to Neru. Coming home, Saga fights with Neru. Why did you hide this? Neru says, you would have become weak. We don't want to lose you. You were always an inspiration for us. Without your songs, we are nothing. A friend gives him the address where Asuka lives. Saga goes there, but Kawasaka stops him. Asuka will suffer seeing you defeated. She said, my dream is to fulfill girls' dreams. Saga still goes. Outside the academy, he listens to the recorder. Asuka says, sorry, I left without saying goodbye. You are special to me. The time with you was the best of my life. You encouraged me, gave me an A+, gave me courage, gave me value. Seeing you, a new passion arose in me. I will become a teacher again. She wishes him good luck. In the rain, Saga sees Asuka with the children. He walks towards her but then passes by. He doesn't meet her. The history teacher comes to him and gives him an umbrella saying is happy here. She is teaching the children to bloom. Saga runs away without the umbrella. The boys have a frank discussion. Neru says, I want to become a director, but because of Bloom, I can't study overseas. Two boys wanted dance training, but there were limits because of Bloom. Saga says, we are giving 100% to Bloom, but there are other important things in life. Don't be confused. Everyone starts crying. They apologize to each other. The boys say, we should have supported you. We stayed quiet for Bloom. Saga says, I want 100% happiness. Follow your passion. One says, why don't we disband for a while? Then we see that the freestyle school where the history teacher had recommended Asuka had no restrictions or burden. The students and teachers were happy. Asuka enjoyed teaching because it was her passion. Bloom goes to the president and says, we want to disband. The president thinks this is because of Saga, but everyone says, no, we spoke from the heart. Because of Bloom, we are holding back on our dreams. We need to move on to become masters in our own fields. The president says, it's your choice. You can come back to work from tomorrow. You are a part of Bloom. It turns out that the concert will start in a little while, and they will announce the disbandment at the last concert. Saga plays a new song that he wrote for the closing. It touches the president's heart. Kawasaka says, think it over so you don't regret it. But they had made their decision. The boys rehearse. They want to give a fantastic last concert. Want to make the fans happy. Saga will also join on stage. This was the biggest joy. The Johnny Band members come there and say, you were the best rivals. It will be sad without you. The boys say, if there is to be closure, it will be good. They remember the brownies Asuka made and want to meet her. The boys feel light because the decision has been made. Everyone goes to Kusaka's house. Thanks her. You were the best manager. Kusaka gets shy. Tears come to her eyes. Outside, a fan of Saga finds out that the band is disbanding and she becomes sad. She says, "Sorry, the photo controversy happened because of me. I told the reporter." Saga says, "It's not your fault. I should have been careful." Meanwhile, Asuka's sister comes to meet her. A student finds out that Oscar was with Bloom and he wants to disclose it on social media. The history teacher and Asuka stop him. "Don't do this for Bloom's sake. Saga is back. They can't afford a setback." The boy agrees. The president meets Asuka and tells her Bloom is disbanding. He feels sad because she had liked them since the audition. She says, "Asuka, meet them once. Clear your heart." Asuka thinks sadly. In the evening, the boys come home. They are shocked to see Asuka. She calls them to meet on the rooftop. Neru says, "Sorry, I said rude things." Asuka says, "You are disbanding. You want to pursue your dreams, but what about the Bloomies? Their hearts will break." She starts to leave, but the boys shake her hand one by one, saying, "Thanks. You motivated us, cared for us." Saga stands on the side. Asuka tells him, "I heard you are having trouble writing new songs, but I will wait. Your songs go from heart to heart." She looks at the house where their memories were connected. Kusaka gives her a concert ticket. "You must come." And says, "Thanks. After meeting you, I became a better person." Bloom's first concert begins. Everyone is excited and nervous. The president says, "Don't disappoint the Bloomies." The concerts in every city of Japan are a huge success. With Saga's return, the controversy becomes old news. Chie also shows support on a show. "We love Bloom." The last tour is in their own city. Everyone thinks, "I wish this day would go on. We should do a world tour." Everyone is sad because they have to announce the disbandment. The next day, Saga sees that Kusaka is making breakfast. She says, "Today is an important day. I'm making something special." She praises Saga. "I really like your songs." Saga is happy. At the venue, Asuka comes with her student, but says, "I will not go inside," and gives the ticket to the student. She didn't have the courage to watch the disbandment. She goes outside, but the president calls out, "Don't force your heart. Take the entry card and go inside." Oscar watches the concert with a special pass. The boys perform brilliantly. Saga's new song, which he wrote thinking it was the last. The crowd was huge. It was the best concert. Everyone announces, "We had thought of disbanding, but our hearts don't agree." Everyone cries. They tell their situation in front of the fans. "We want to pursue our dreams. We will come back better." Saga says, "I don't want to disband." All the members say the same. The decision is made that they will pursue their dreams. Take a pause, but will come back. Bloom will not end. Everyone cries tears of joy. The fans get emotional. A fan sings, "Come again. You will come back. We will be standing right here." Everyone in the venue sings the song. They all cry seeing so much love. They promise, "Stay connected. We will come back." Saga was happy that Asuka was there. 3 years pass. Asuka still teaches at the same school. Today was a special day because Bloom was making a comeback. Asuka is happy watching the show on TV. Saga says the lyrics of the new song are inspired by the meaning of Asuka's name. Hearing the song, Asuka remembers the time spent with Bloom. Tears come to her eyes. Saga calls her Asuka is shocked. "Isn't this live?" Saga says, "I need your hand," and draws an A+. Asuka also gives an A+ for the new song. Saga holds her hand for a new beginning. The new beginning of Asuka and Saga's life starts.